Hi everybody, it's Lisa Gokenauer, and I'm here. I'm using these assignments to help strengthen my research for my dissertation on the Greek genocide, so I'm going to continue to do that this week. And as I do that, I've identified 3 scholarly articles, 2 from Project Muse and 1 from the Oxford Scholarship Online that significantly helped me with the depth, scope, and rigor of my research. So the first one that I looked at was from Oxford Scholarship Online. It was Donald Bloxham's The Great Game of Genocide, and it provides a foundational framework for understanding how imperialism and nationalism shaped genocidal policies. Bloxham's analysis is especially valuable because it situates the Armenian genocide, which happened concurrently with the Greek genocide, and it's often hard to separate the two, within a broader geopolitical context, revealing how Western powers prioritize strategic interests over humanitarian intervention. This directly supports my argument that the U.S. and other nations failed to respond to the Greek genocide, not because of ignorance, but because of calculated political decisions. So Bloxham's work helps me to explore the moral implications of international inaction, and it provides a comparative lens for analyzing the treatment of Greeks, Armenians, and Assyrians at the time. His emphasis on the role of imperial interests aligns with my dissertation's focus on how geopolitical priorities enabled atrocities to unfold without meaningful change. The second source I looked at was from Project Muse. It was Nikolaos Lamidis' article, The Greek Relief Committee, America's Response to the Greek Genocide. And I was really excited to find this article because I hadn't found one like it that was focused exclusively on the Greeks, so that was great. It adds a crucial layer to my research by examining American grassroots humanitarian efforts. While Bloxham focuses on state-level diplomacy, Lamidis reveals how religious and civic organizations attempted to respond to the crisis. This gives me the ability to contrast the official indifference that we see with private compassion, enriching my analysis of how moral responsibility was distributed across different sectors of American society. People knew this was happening, and some just chose to ignore it. It also helps me to explore the role of Christian networks in shaping public awareness and relief efforts, which is central to my dissertation's theological and ethical dimensions. Lamidis' work provides evidence that genocide was widely known, reinforcing my argument that silence and inaction were choices, not consequences of ignorance. And my third article was also from Project Muse. It was Ronald Grigor Suni's Historicizing Genocide. It offers a theoretical and historiographical lens that is essential to framing my dissertation. Suni challenges rigid legal definitions of genocide, and he urges historians to examine political, social, and ideological contexts in which mass violence occur. His emphasis on interpretation over categorization aligns with my goal of understanding the Greek genocide not just as a legal event, but as a deeply political and cultural phenomenon. Suni's work helps me situate the genocide within broader patterns of state formation, ethnic nationalism, and historical memory, and those are key themes of my research. His call to historicize genocide supports my efforts to connect the Greek experience to the larger narrative of the Christian persecution in the Ottoman Empire and the formation of modern Turkey. Together, these sources bring essential scholarly weight to my dissertation. Bloxham provides the geopolitical context, Lamidis offers insight into humanitarian response, and Suni delivers a historiographical framework for interpreting genocide. Each source contributes uniquely to my understanding of why the world stood by during the Greek genocide and how these events fit into the larger story of 20th century mass violence. More importantly, they help me build a case for why historical recognition and ethical reflection are vital to preventing future genocides. Thank you for your time.